Hello, welcome to the FrankiVerse Cafe. Today we are tuning in to a version of Franki who is a late night lo-fi radio show host. Today at FrankiVerse Cafe, it is a sunny day. We have about 2 inches of snow on the cosmic surface of our franchise location. We are sipping a coffee and we are practicing volume modulation, something that Haleigh is not usually very good at. So today we are tuning in with Lo-Fi Franki. Lo-Fi Franki plays basically radio tunes that are going to be made by Haleigh Overseth. That's me. Hi. I haven't worked out yet how to make lo-fi music. I took piano and guitar lessons like 25 years ago. Don't have a lot of musical capacity, but I hear tell rumors in the Digiverse say that there are softwares called DAW, D-A-W, where you can make free music, very sort of garage band, kind of. I don't know all of them. I am still in research mode, which is part of tuning into Lo-Fi Franki. Lo-Fi Franki, she has witchy vibes because all versions of Franki and Haleigh in the central finite Venn diagram curve meeting of us is all very witchy. We have always been into the paranormal, esoteric, occult, witchcraft, all the stuff that I wasn't supposed to be interested in because it was not welcomed. Man, but now it's cool, all the things that I used to love, which is a lot of fun. So, Lo-Fi Franki. Lo-Fi Franki definitely has some FrankiVerse Cafe tunes that are of a very Halloween, spookified kind of vibe. She's a late night host. Hang on, we gotta tune into her energy here. So she's at FrankiVerse Cafe, the version that exists currently only in Haleigh's mind, that has a podcast studio attached to the cafe. It would basically just be a streaming studio, so people could come in and stream from FrankiVerse Cafe whenever they want. That does seem a bit chaotic if you just let anybody come in and stream. So maybe Franki's got infinite. Aha, here we go. Infinite versions of Abernathy Franklin all have infinite versions of themselves, of course, because infinity is infinite. It goes on forever. So Franki, Lo-Fi Franki is a version of Franki who DJs for a FrankiVerse transmission to multiverse franchise locations, but she's currently in Bavaria. So FrankiVerse Cafe has little radio stations like XM radio, but interdimensional style, where different versions of Franki are the DJs. In the lo-fi FrankiVerse Cafe, it's very witchy, but sort of in a I think there have to be some girly pink and purple sort of Lisa Frank witchy vibes, but you gotta have some Halloween primitive orange and purple vibes too. I don't know how well that's all gonna go together. We're gonna have to speak to some AI generative friends to see what might channel message come through them. Although my abstract art does have the energy of these places, so maybe I'd be able to find one that has the right color scheme. Lo-fi Franki has regular interviews with different cryptids. She's a late night radio host. I have to make notes now. She has interviews with cryptids. That's what she does. So in between playing FrankiVerse Cafe lo-fi tunes that are yet to be created in the FrankiVerse, please do get in the comments, folks, if you know where a beginner music person like myself can go online for free times and play around and learn how to make lo-fi beats that I can use for the FrankiVerse Cafe. Please share your knowledge with me, and we will broadcast it into the FrankiVerse. So, interviews with cryptids. Interviews with the cryptids and aliens that are the baristas at the FrankiVerse Cafe locations. Interviews with FrankiVerse Cafe cryptid and alien baristas. Yes, I love this. This is fabulous. I'm excited. I can't wait to talk to Sasquatch. You know, he's a fave. Like, he loves slinging coffee at FrankiVerse Cafe. He just loves it. He has his own. This is why I have to go live, so I can have a documentation of notes of these ideas as they come in. So Sasquatch, at his franchise of FrankiVerse Cafe, where he is a barista, he's got to have like a reading list. Every week he gives people his new reading list. Sasquatch loves reading. You know, obviously books that he like steals from hikers. Not steals. People leave their backpacks lying around. He sees that they have a book he hasn't read. He takes it and figures he'll just leave good vibes and, you know, not eat them. Sasquatch doesn't eat people. Guys, come on. Why would he? We have far too much cortisol in our system as a baseline in humanity for any interdimensional beings to have any interest in eating us. I mean, come on. Sasquatch's weekly reading list. I love it. And of course, time doesn't actually exist in the FrankiVerse. So when I say weekly, that does not mean I'm committing to a weekly reading list from Sasquatch. And the books that will be on the list might be existent in this timeline that you are on, or they might exist in the FrankiVerse. I don't know yet. It'll probably be a mix of the two. We like reality and fiction to come together in a beautiful stew. Sasquatch's weekly reading list. I dig it. So we'll interview, back to Lo-Fi Franki, who interviews FrankiVerse Cafe baristas. This is fabulous. And plays FrankiVerse Cafe lo-fi tunes. She probably does read like today's specials. I like that. I'm gonna sneeze. Pause. These human bodies don't care when you're live or not. They don't. They also don't care if you want to chop onions without crying. They don't. My God. Okay. Well, apparently Lo-Fi Frankie is trying to signal the end of the live. We were doing some experimental media, as is the new plan in the FrankiVerse. So thank you for tuning in with Lo-Fi Frankie. We will explore more of her lo-fi tunes once they have been created. If you'd like to support that, fam, you can go to frankiewashere.com and buy merch. You can support as a member. I will have behind the scenes, I don't know, whatever you want. Probably thoughts that are just too spicy or herb infused for regular YouTube. So check out that. And thank you to YouTube, sidebar, for providing the platform space for this public access FrankiVerse Cafe transmission. And thank you to anyone who watches. Do the like, do the subscribe, you know the things, guys. I mean, you've been doing this long enough. You know what it's about. So, hey, thank you very much for hanging out today at FrankiVerse Cafe. Peace and love, fam.